Everyone, welcome to Dailies on TVRC. My name is Felicia Chinyere Iberi, and with me and to this news is
Hagitunde Sami Vincent.
With me is the Punch newspaper.
With me is the Vanguard newspaper. No Christian Muslim is persecuted in Nigeria. Federal government replies 5 US senators. I will open insurance space for small firms, says NICOM chairman Sani. Still on same Vanguard newspaper. Adultery, crime, liable to 2 years imprisonment, says police on Vanguard newspaper. Ekiti, PDP gets substantive chairman. And again on the front page of Vanguard newspaper, alleged fraud, judges absent, stalled Fayos's trial. This is also coming from the front page of Vanguard newspaper. American pressure, Creflo Dollar confesses he misled congregants, says Titan not biblical. Peter Obi, no Southeast candidate believes in new Nigeria like Kwankwanso, says Uba Galadima. And this is also coming from front page of Vanguard newspaper. I still remain authentic PDP chairman in Borno, says Gadama. Now to wrap it up, police arrest 7 additional suspected court members, recovered ammunition in Edo. It's also very imperative to take one more. This is regarding the PVC. INEC bans politician from its office. Ms. Ebere, I think this is a good foundation. I mean, the kind of pedestal to kick off today's conversation. PBC. INEC bans politician from its office. What's your take on that?
Yes, that's actually very bad. If such act should come from a politician. So if INEC should have taken that act, then based on the situation surrounding the circumstance, I think they took it right now.
Okay, what about this? The issue of hoodlums who raises anyone INEC office. The only thing is becoming rampant.
Actually very bad from that end, because we don't expect, when we are trying to make things right for the good of all in this country, and then from the other end we see people going after destroying what will actually bring them the good results, hopefully. But if that should happen, then the federal government should see to that.
Okay, let me cap it up with this. No Christian Muslim is persecuted in Nigeria. Federal government replies 5 US senators. Do you think that's making any sense?
It's not making any sense, because it's actually obvious. It's obvious, because if they should respond that way, it's as though maybe there's this cooked up story. You understand? Because this is something not only US, in the whole world, it's something that everybody watch and we see evidences of things really going bad, especially in the aspect of persecution.
Okay. I think that's what I have on Vanguard newspaper just today.
Okay, with me is the Punch newspaper, and on the front page of the Punch newspaper, PDP set up panel to beg Wike. Man sets estranged wife ablaze. Burning woman grabs suspects, both died. As the strike enters 140th day, SCRAP orders lampoon federal government. You don't need gun for self-defense, says Adeboye to Christians. Northerners swing back Obi, says Kwankwaso, Labour Party keeps. Having realized both APC and PDP have failed, Osun people desire new heights, says Obubi, according to governorship candidate. So this last one that wraps it up, as the police to probe INEC in office, which you just reported to. So that's all I have from the front page of the Punch newspaper. So I want to ask Mr. Vincent, this one that talks about the ASU strike enters 140th day. SCRAP, others lampoon federal government. It's also take about.
But in my opinion, I think the government is actually not being proactive enough in handling the issue. And it shows how they really care less about the development and the upbringing of these students. For one, but it is not something that we heard of in the Western world. Even in some of the third world states, they don't joke with the education of their kids. But here in this country, it has become an annual festival that ASU must go on strike, either for months, for days, yearly in this country.
Yeah, exactly.
So, in my opinion, I think the government, I don't think they are not really doing enough, because there are so many ways to kill a chicken. If you put a knife in the neck of the chicken, well, or you try to hit something on the chicken, there are so many ways to go about issues. If the school are clamoring for autonomous setup, there should not be any form of delay. Just do it, and they'll be better off. But today, as we speak now, ASU is still very much on strike, and only God knows when they will call off the strike.
Okay, this one says PDP set all panel to beg Wiki. What's the take?
Well, like I used to say that a house that divides against itself will definitely not stand.
Yeah.
So, in as much that these are the core members, the stakeholders in that, these are the core stakeholders in that party. Why not? Because if the likes of Wiki and Autonomy, they are not actually appeased, then they should get themselves to be blamed for it in the 2023 election.
Okay. This one that talks about a man sets estranged wife ablaze, burning woman grabs suspect, both die.
Well, that's what I think is actually missing in this country. Sometimes the emotional state of everyone seems to be neglected. We seems to have experts who graduated from school and they are not, they are not situated. They are not based in any kind of. They are not domiciled. Like in the Western world, where they have experts here and there that people can always visit, and the awareness is becoming, considering the problems, the numerous problems people are facing in this country. I think the country needs people to talk to those who are aggrieved. Because I don't see any kind of reason why somebody wants to set somebody at least. That's the height of it all.
And aside
so
that,
I don't think that people, those who are engaging in this kind of practice, I don't think they are in their right state of mind to take up a petrochemical or a petroleum product. You set it on somebody and you lit the person up.
It's too bad.
It's too gory and it's
Let's quickly go to this one that talks about you don't need gun for self-defense, says Pastor Adeboye to Christians. What's your view about it?
Well, my view on that is that we have so many ways to protect ourselves, and we have the physical way to protect ourselves. We also have the spiritual ways to protect. For ones to go to undertake any form of protection. Mm-hmm. The physical one, oftentimes of self-defense, is somebody attack you with a gun. You look for a gun to you save yourself from the mess. Nobody wants to get killed.
Yeah.
But what in my opinion, what I think Baba is saying is that we need to, he believes Christians, we believe we serve God that answers prayer, and I know too the Muslims, even some traditionalists, they really have so much. They really believe in God, and they believe that God answers prayer. And that, I think what Baba is trying to say is that Christians should call upon the name of the Lord, and you just need to be proactive. They need to engage so many people. They need to, just imagine this morning, Catholic priest also adopted, so, and all these abductors, all these kidnappers, they are product of religious, they also have a religious background.
Yes.
If they have been taught in, in their churches or their mosques that killing is very bad, that kidnapping is not good, I tell you most solemnly that things would have been better off. And again, don't forget that all this, sometimes I used to point the accusing fingers to some religious leaders, because some in church you see a thief, marauding in Agbada. He called himself a governor, or he called himself a kind of a big man in the society, but he has stolen from the country. And it will be reserved, a seat will be reserved for him in the church, in the front seat. And to even come to make the whole issue worse, he's going to come to that function or activities late.
Yes.
And he will not start marching in his agbada to the front of the, to the pulpit, and people will still be clapping for him. That kind of man should be told to sit at the back of the church. So these are the problems. Not until, and I know all constituted authorities, including religious leaders, they need to sit up, and we need to engage more. We need to sensitize. They need to sensitize their worshippers, and other leaders too. They need to. We have the National Organization Against It that has started with the responsibility of disseminating information. Are they doing enough? Are they doing enough? These are the issues, numerous issues that are facing this country.
Okay, quickly, let's just go to this one that says, Northerners won't back Obi, says Kwankwaso Labour Party kills. What's your view about it, sir?
Well, everybody is entitled to his own opinion.
Exactly.
That is Kwankwaso's opinion. One thing I've always known, according to Heraclitus of Ephesus, he said if there's something that is constant in life, that is change. Don't forget, even in the western part of, in the east, I think I also read it somewhere when he was talking about the structure that the northerners will not want to vote the easterners because of the fear of secession, that they may want to secede and they want to break up from the country. For crying out loud, we have Igbos everywhere in this country. Even in the north, that Kwankwaso is, we have so many Igbos there.
Exactly.
So what is it? Why are we scared? Why are we afraid? These people, they also carry the appellation. They are also Nigerians. So why they have the right to be voted for and to also vote for somebody? So this is because of secession, because of their agitation. They are agitating because of a particular issue. They are agitating because they feel they are being marginalized. And why not just address the issue of marginalization? So I think those questions, they are just political statements that they are not. I don't see it being. They are not needed at this point in time. If you are going to campaign. Do it without hurting others. Don't just say, or do it without castigating or others. Okay, let everybody. It's a kind of a game, and then it needs to be played with the highest level of maturity.
Yes. So thank you, Mr. Vincent. We now come to the end of today's news. Please join us same time, same station. Remain your Bye.